Losing a job suddenly? Yeah, it's an incredibly stressful experience. It can honestly feel like the ground has just shifted right beneath your feet. And I know the absolute last thing you want to deal with right now is a maze of confusing government websites. But I've got some good news for you. Securing your unemployment benefits does not have to be a frustrating ordeal. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to transform what might seem like a daunting bureaucratic nightmare into a really straightforward, step-by-step roadmap to navigating Missouri's unemployment system online.
If you've recently found yourself out of work here in Missouri, first off, I want you to just take a deep breath. We're going to completely reframe this situation. Filing your unemployment claim isn't just about filling out digital paperwork. It is a direct, actionable path to securing financial peace of mind while you figure out your next career move. You have to remember, these benefits are there specifically to act as a bridge during your job transition.
Because by the end of this explainer, I promise you, even if you consider yourself a total beginner when it comes to online forms, you will know exactly how to successfully file your claim using the state's online tools. We're going to cover the whole shebang, from the exact documents you need to gather, right down to the specific buttons you need to click.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our clear 5-step roadmap. We've got 1. Intro and eligibility requirements. 2. Preparing essential documents. 3. Creating a U-Interact account. 4. Submitting your claim. And 5. Weekly requests and follow-up.
Starting off with Section 1, Intro and Eligibility Requirements.
First, it's super important to understand that this program is entirely funded by employer taxes. There are absolutely zero deductions taken from your wages for this. Your former employer paid into this system precisely to provide these benefits when workers need them. Now, to actually qualify in Missouri, you have to meet 3 golden rules. Number 1, you must have lost your job through no fault of your own. So if your company downsized, you qualify. But if you just quit because you couldn't stand the break room coffee anymore, you likely won't. Number 2, you need to have earned the minimum required wages during a specific time frame. And number 3, you must be physically able to work, available to take a job, and actively searching for new employment.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the term base period. In bureaucratic jargon, it's defined as the first 4 of the last 5 completed calendar quarters before you file. But let's translate that into plain English, right? It's simply the state's way of looking back at your recent work history, roughly over the last year, to see if you have enough of an attachment to the labor market to actually qualify for benefits.
Let's look at the actual math on those monetary requirements. During that base period we just talked about, you must have earned a minimum total of $2,250. Within that chunk, at least $1,500 must have been earned in your highest paid quarter and at least $750 across the remaining quarters. There's also this rule that your total wages must be at least 1.5 times your highest quarter's wages. Look, don't worry about doing all this math perfectly yourself. The online system is going to calculate this automatically based on what your employers reported. But it is absolutely crucial that you understand the formula behind it.
Moving right along to Section 2, Preparing your essential documents.
Okay, the single biggest mistake people make here is starting the application unprepared. Seriously, that just leads to incredibly frustrating system timeouts or errors. Before you even think about opening your browser, you need to have your social security number either memorized or sitting on a card right in front of you. You also need to know your exact gross wages, and by that I mean the total dollars and cents before any deductions for the week you are claiming. If you got vacation pay, holiday pay, or WARN pay, have those exact figures ready to go. Oh, and if you did any self-employment work during that week, you have to know exactly how many hours you worked, even if you hadn't been paid for them yet.
All right, Section 3, Creating your U-Interact account.
U-Interact. This is the primary digital 24/7 platform used in Missouri for all unemployment insurance administration. It's where literally everything happens. You'll want to head over to uinteract.labor.mo.gov. When you pull up the page, keep an eye out for the official Division of Employment Security Gear and State logo. Seeing that is your guarantee that you are on the right, secure government website and not some shady third-party scam site.
Setting up the account is a really straightforward linear flow. You're just going to click New Account Registration and then select I want to file an unemployment claim. From there, it'll prompt you to enter your social security number, your full name, and your date of birth. Now here is a massive tip. The personal information you enter must perfectly match Missouri Division records. Just one tiny typo here will stall your entire application. After that, you'll just create a unique user ID, a nice strong password, and set up your security questions.
So, the crucial point is this. Never, under any circumstances, share your U-Interact login information with anyone. No way. This system holds your highly sensitive financial and personal data, and it is tied directly to the IRS. Guarding your username and password ensures your absolute privacy, and it guarantees that absolutely no one else can mess with your claim.
Next up, Section 4, Filing and Submitting Your Claim.
Now that you're securely inside the system, you're going to use all that information you gathered earlier to answer a series of questions about your most recent job separation. And guys, I literally cannot stress this urgency enough. You need to file as soon as you are separated from your employer. In Missouri, unemployment claims are effective the week they are filed, not the last day you worked. If you wait 2 weeks to file just because you were busy, you lose out on those 2 weeks of benefits. Delaying the application directly delays your financial relief.
Once your claim goes through, your weekly benefit amount is calculated as 4% of the average of your 2 highest quarters in your base period. To put that into perspective, in Missouri, $320 is the absolute maximum weekly benefit amount you can get. These benefits can last up to 20 weeks, but keep in mind, the exact duration really depends on the state's overall unemployment rate and your own individual wage credits.
And finally, Section 5, Weekly Requests and Follow-Up.
You might think hitting submit on that initial claim means you're totally done. Actually, scratch that. Filing is just opening the door. Ongoing maintenance is absolutely required to actually receive your money. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the most common traps applicants fall into, the waiting week. By Missouri law, the first week of your claim where you are eligible for benefits is entirely unpaid. It's just a waiting period. However, and please hear me on this, you absolutely must still log in and file a weekly request for payment for this unpaid week. If you don't claim it, the clock doesn't start and your paid weeks will just be delayed.
The official materials have a very stark warning about this. Strict compliance is required. The system is completely automated, folks. Failure to meet the weekly requirements, like claiming your waiting week or logging your job searches, will abruptly halt your benefits. No exceptions.
So what exactly is this ongoing weekly homework? Well, first, you need to log into UInteract every single Sunday to file your weekly request for payment for the previous week. Second, you have to enter the details for exactly 3 work search activities per week. The system will literally prompt you to enter these details, and you must click the Save button after each one. That part is non-negotiable for continued eligibility. And finally, you are required to visit jobs.mo.gov or a physical Missouri job center at least once a month.
Just a quick thing before we wrap up, please note this important disclaimer. The rules, maximum benefit amounts, and state unemployment rates that dictate benefit duration can and do change. The information we've walked through today is accurate as of July 25, 2026. For real-time bureaucratic updates, legal updates, or changes to the UInteract system itself, you should always consult uinteract.labor.mo.gov or a qualified legal expert.
All right, we have totally demystified the requirements, broken down the math, and walked through the exact steps to navigate Missouri's online system. You know exactly what documents you need, and you know how to avoid those common pitfalls like the dreaded waiting week trap. The process is no longer a mystery, right? It's really just a checklist now. So, what does this all mean for you? Are you ready to take control, gather your documents, and start your application for that financial peace of mind today?